Disney's taking a crack at another live action adaptation to one of their most beloved animated films, 2002's Lilo and Stitch. It is now time to talk about it. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Klep Napier from wearecritics.com, and today we are here to talk about, breakdown, and review Disney's Lilo and Stitch live action adaptation, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this has been highly anticipated, one of the most beloved animated films from 2002, which spawned a sequel, I believe in like 2005, like 3 years later. Also had a TV series, video games, and now you can find Lilo, excuse me, in every Walmart in Five Below, whether it's a cup or a shirt or a towel or pajamas. It is everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. And now Disney is taking a crack again at another live action adaptation, which we know can be pretty much hit or miss with these live action adaptations. But before I get into what did I think of this thing, because I have seen the film in its entirety, and before I talk about what I thought about it, let's give you guys a little gist exactly what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take a sip of my coffee here. Okay, so Lilo and Stitch, the live adaptation, it is directed by Dean Fleischer Camp, stars a talented Maya Kealoha. Billy Magnussen is in this. Zach Galifianakis is in this. Sydney Agundong and Tia Carrera, Courtney B. Vance, and of course, returning as the original voice of Stitch, Chris Sanders, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. If any of you do not know the storyline, it is about a young girl from Hawaii who is an outcast. She doesn't have friends. She's very different, but in a way where she's just very special. Her and her older sister, Nani, they have lost their parents. They don't really allude to how or why their parents aren't around anymore. We just know that they are no longer with us. They've passed away. And she's just trying to find herself and fit in with, she's just different. She's just a very energetic child. She's very curious, very spontaneous, but also very intelligent and has a big heart. She gets in trouble multiple times, and then she wishes upon a star that she thinks is a star for a friend. And when the story starts rolling out, we find out that that star that she wished upon was indeed going to become her friend as a lovable, destructive Stitch, an alien. So we get a bit of an ET vibe, Mac and Me, that kind of thing, but like in animated form, but now it's in live action. So again, what did I think about the live adaptation of Lilo and Stitch? Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like I'm old, man. I feel like I'm getting old because it took a little bit to grab me. The movie is very fast paced in the very beginning in a way where Stitch's character is exactly who Stitch is. If you're a fan of the cartoon, the movie, you know exactly what kind of energy Stitch is bringing. And it's a lot of energy, ladies and gentlemen. So a lot of the beginning of the film feels very cartoony in the sense that there's a lot happening, a lot of chaos, a lot going on. The characters that are on pursuit of Stitch, played by Zach Galifianakis and by Billy Magnussen. They're very animated characters, very goofy, very slapstick, so it just feels like there's a lot of wacky going on, which was at first a little bit hard for me to grasp. But like I said, if you're a fan of this, you're gonna be right on board, I'm sure. For me, it was jarring, but once it slows down, because it does slow down, ladies and gentlemen, when it slows down, the charm, the emotion, it's all there, and it's all carried by the lovely Maya Kealoha. She is an absolute powerhouse in this film, ladies and gentlemen. Her and a CGI animated Stitch are the heart of this entire thing, and they carry it throughout, man. I was finding myself at the end, by the third act and the ending and everything, I'm like teary-eyed. I'm like, oh my god, this is just the stuff that Disney is made of. It's beautiful. I had an awesome time as the film wrapped up. And I think I would give it a fair go again. Like I would rewatch it again. Just because I get it, it's live action. I didn't expect it to be so like similar to like a cartoony vibe. Like, sometimes you think that they're gonna pull back a little bit and it's gonna be a little more toned down for live action, but no, they keep that same energy all the way through. And I commend them for that because they didn't steer away. There are some slight changes from the original cartoon, added scenes, and the cool thing about this one is like it's not compared to all the other Disney live actions, it's not a musical, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? There's no music, there's not a lot of music, it's just soundtrack. There's very, familiar soundtrack, like the main title song that a lot of people know. But it's not a musical. That's the cool thing about it. It's just a legit story with great characters and great actors. And the CGI is amazing. Stitch looks amazing. And by the end of it, ladies and gentlemen, my heart was not ready. I fell in love with this thing. I fell in love with Stitch. Chris Sanders, the voice is just heartwarming. When you hear Stitch speak and he says certain things, oh man, I can't give. I don't want to spoil for people who have not seen it because I know there's probably a handful of people that haven't seen it. But for those of you who know, you guys know what I'm talking about. The certain lines that get said in this movie, specifically in the end, are just so much. It's heartwarming. Love the movie. It's gonna do what it's supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare to see this become the summer of Stitch. All right, this is supposed to be Stitch and Impossible weekend. I don't see that being a problem for the lovable, destructible blue alien at all. Shout out to Tom Cruise, but no, guys and girls, this is going to be Stitch's summer, Stitch's weekend. Stitch and Impossible is going to belong to Stitch. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got to say. Let me know how excited are you to see Lilo and Stitch's live action. Are you going first weekend? Are you going to wait a little bit, till you can go see it by yourself and then bring your kids? Because I'm hearing a lot of the adults, you millennials are crazy, man. Y'all trying to tuck the kids away and enjoy this for yourself because this is your movie. This ain't for the kids. This is your movie. Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, share. Make sure you subscribe. And of course, for more movie news, television news, and pop culture, check out wearecritics.com. See Lilo and Stitch this weekend, May 23rd. And I will talk to you all later. Peace.